This is lesson 4-6, Inequality word problems. Some key words to look for when you're reading your inequality word problems are as follows. The phrases that you want to use the greater than or equal to sign for are the phrase at least, the smallest possible value, and the lowest possible value. Now that might not mean to make too much sense to you because of the fact that we're talking about smallest and lowest when we use the greater than sign, but think about it this way. If we're talking about greater than or equal to, that means the number that we get is the smallest it can be because it can also be greater. So when we say at least the smallest possible value or the lowest possible value, we want to use greater than or equal to. Likewise, for less than or equal to, we use the phrase at most, the greatest possible value, or the highest possible value. So anytime you see those phrases, when you're setting up your inequality, you want to use less than or equal to. Here's your procedure for inequality word problems. You first, as always, want to read the problem carefully. Typically, as always, that's going to mean multiple times. Then, highlight or pen mark all of your key words that you're going to need to set up an inequality. Then, write your let statement or statements, depending on how many things you need to find. At that point, you want to set up an inequality. You want to solve the inequality and check for truth, and make sure you include your properties when you're solving the inequality. At the end, you need to write a conclusion statement. In other words, answer the question that is being asked of you. Let's take a look at an example. This is number 1 from your worksheet packet. Mr. Burke had a sum of money in the bank. After he deposited $100, he had at least $550 in his account. At least how much money did Mr. Burke have in the bank? Pause the video at this point to give yourself a chance to do the problem on your own.
At this time, all students should be in their supervised after-school activity. Thank you.
So let's take a look at how to do this. Let X be the amount of money in the bank. That's what we don't know. Hopefully you highlighted the word deposited and the phrase at least when you were doing your highlighting. That would give me the inequality X plus $100 is greater than or equal to $550. To solve this inequality from here, I want to use the subtraction property of inequality by subtracting 100 on both sides of the inequality. I then have X is greater than or equal to 450. Checking for truth below, and it is a true statement that 550 is greater than or equal to 550. So therefore, Mr. Burke had at least $450 in the account. If you're having difficulty with this lesson, please consult your teacher at your most convenient time.